So you're pondering buying a mobile, manufactured, or modular home, and you don't even know where to start on what's going on with them. Today, I'm just trying to talk about them all in general to give you an overview of all of them and the differences of the nuance between them. Maybe some of the things you should be aware of if you're trying to purchase them. And so, the first things first, if you are have extra questions that I don't answer here, comment them down below. I'm happy to go and figure them out for you. And then two, talking about today's sponsor, me, Paden Dog. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, I appreciate you reaching out. Or if you'd want to have an update on the Utah real estate market and its stats, once a month through an email, let me know. You can text me or email me or whatever and whatnot. It's super easy to add you on that list. And it's just a once a month email saying blah, 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 blah. These are what the stats look like. But before I waste any of your time, let's just get right on into this. And we're going to start first with a mobile home because it's the most complicated financing typically. And then on top of that, there's a really nuanced piece that if you're buying a mobile home in a mobile home park like this, so you're buying a mobile home without land, it's got a trailer park fee of $795 a month, and it's $55,000. This is going to be one of your lowest monetary financial entry points for being able to find a place to lay your head. But the reason I use that wording specifically is because it's not real estate. You don't even need a real estate agent to sell these things, really. There's no regulations around that piece of it. And so it's good to realize people use real estate agents for these because they can put it on the MLS and it's in that housing category. But because there's no land underneath it, it's not technically real estate. The only thing you need to do to sell one of these is have a bill of sale. For Utah, it kind of looked like this. And you're just transferring a trailer from one person to another. It does sound like if you're in a mobile home park, they register it with the city as well, and you'll be paying taxes on it once a year. And it's also like much more aggressive. If you forget your taxes, they start sending cops to your house pretty quickly. So that part doesn't matter as much. It's just good to understand if you're buying a mobile home in a trailer park, it's not going to have a foundation. And on top of that, it's not considered real estate. So understand those key differences. If you're looking to get a loan on a mobile home in a trailer park, one of your only options is going to be 21st Mortgage Company. There's like three different mortgage companies that are all owned by the same company in general, but basically it just looks like this. It's going to look the same that you can get a 30-year loan. You're going to be able to have to prove that you can afford the payments. It's going to look very similar to getting a loan for a mortgage. There's just only two or three lenders that'll actually do it. And so your next question is, okay, I don't want to buy a mobile home in a trailer park, but I would like to buy a mobile home on a piece of land. So what you have to understand, this home is labeled as being manufactured, but it's really mobile. And I can tell that because you can see the skirts right here. There's no foundation under there. It really doesn't look like. And so if there's no foundation, it's not a manufactured home, or they're not going to consider a manufactured home for a loan. So the only way to get a loan through this would be either getting a land loan and then paying for the trailer separately, or going through 21st mobile home loans and stuff like that. But just understand those key differences. If you're buying a mobile home on a piece of land, that is real estate. Where if you're buying a mobile home not on a piece of land that you don't own, then it's not considered real estate. Understand that very small but key difference. Next, let's talk about a modular home because this is the home that I have the least amount of information on. The difference between a modular home and a manufactured home is a modular home has modules or pieces that they basically take to the job site, even if it's on a foundation, and they put it together. This is also really hard to get a loan on. And to be frank with you, I couldn't figure out where you get loans for modular homes. I assume that it's easier than mobile homes, but I can't 100% guarantee that. But just understand that if you're buying a modular home, it's going to be it's going to be a more complicated than a standard conventional home. But you can actually see it's on a foundation. Looks like you do actually own the piece of land behind it. This land comes with 0.16 acres. And so if you're seeing modular homes like this, you're a couple of steps above a mobile home that's not on a piece of land. And then the last piece that we wanted to talk about was we want to talk about a manufactured home. My first home was a manufactured home. It's a great way to get into the market and be able to buy something that's cheaper, but that gives you a nicer product, I guess. A perfect example was when we were looking, I wanted to buy like $199,000, $220,000 house in Utah, And all the homes that I were looking at were super old. And then we found a manufactured home that was like 2001 on a half acre of land in a very desirable area for $220,000. Keep in mind, if I would have bought that same house that wasn't manufactured, my equity would have been quite a bit higher than if I would have just been buying a manufactured home. But my entry point for comfortability on that manufactured home was well worth it, in my opinion. So you just have to measure that for yourself. You're going to be gaining less equity, but you're going to be having more comfortability quicker. Take that as you will. Key differences as well with a manufactured home, it's 100% going to be on a foundation, or it should be if you're going to get a loan on it. And so this is what it looks like underneath a manufactured home. You can see this right here. This actually, they did a really good job on this one. This right here, that right there, and then there's another lining right there. Those are all going to be your foundation. And then you can see it's on top of jacks right here. And then they put this liner down here just to keep it dry. Your manufactured homes have to have a foundation that it's attached to if you're going to be able to get standard financing on it. You can go conventional, FHA. You've got a lot more options on manufactured homes than you do on mobile or modular. Like even my gal, Emily Jensen, would be able to get you the loan pretty comfortably and be able to get you through that process. The next thing to realize is that manufactured homes have to have something like this. It's basically a HUD label. HUD is urban development, something like that. It's the Administration of Urban Development, but it's the government, and it's the government saying that this home was built to this standard. You have to have this. And so if you're buying a manufactured home, another one of the extra costs that you're going to have is that you're going to have an engineer coming out there and basically say that the foundation looks good. It's like $400, $500. And so on top of the standard inspection appraisal, you've got another $400 to $500 cost on top of it. So it's just something really important to understand and be comfortable with. But that, in a very quick way, is the basics differences between a mobile, modular, and a manufactured home. Manufactured home is going to be the easiest way to get a loan. There's a lot of lenders that do it. A mobile home, there's fewer lenders that do it. There's like 3, and then a modular home. To be frank with you, I just don't see it that often, and so it's just one of those things. It's just different. Just not used to seeing it too often. So thanks for watching. That's all I do have for you today. If you have more questions on mobile or manufactured homes, comment them down below. If you want to get the newsletter, let me know. Or if you're looking to buy or sell a house in Utah, shoot me a text. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye now.